The worst, and I mean worst thing that you can do today is buy a brand new car.
You imbecile!
Depreciation will hit your car's value like a freight train. Believe it or not, the average car price now is $35,000. And when you get that brand new vehicle with that new car smell, you will lose an average of 10 to 12% just by driving it off the lot. But lucky for you, you watch Ideal Media, so you're much smarter than the average Joe. So when you're shopping for your new car, just keep this list in mind, because the values of these cars plummet faster than a stock market crash, which is pretty scary. You'll be living like a millionaire without breaking the bank. It's great to see you guys again. Let's go. The Maserati Gran Turismo is seriously a killer classic sports car. This luxurious two-door Italian stallion is a great answer to anyone's midlife crisis. The GT features a lovely 4.7-liter screaming F136 Ferrari V8 that sounds like this. Yeah, this Italian supermodel's exhaust note is definitely gonna break necks every time it flies by. And when you smash the pedal to the metal, 0 to 60 comes in an impressive 4.7 seconds. This luxury sports yacht is sure to plant a smile on your face anytime that you take it out for a spin. And with its rear-wheel drive prowess, you can slide around corners to your heart's content. But just be forewarned, when you're gonna be breaking necks on the street, well, it's gonna cost a lot of money to do so, because the depreciation of the Gran Turismo is gonna break your small heart. New, the GT starts for around $150,000, which is stupid expensive considering this only has the heart of a Ferrari. And don't even get me started on what other cars you could buy for that much money used, using the ideal car strategies. Oh, you know, like this insane Mercedes AMG GT. But unlike that AMG GT, the Maserati is one of the worst ways you can spend that dough. And for the fools that bought them new, they are downright cheap now. I found this 2009 GT with under 50,000 miles for just 25,000 bucks. Are you kidding me? That is insane! A $150,000 Ferrari-powered Italian sports car for 85% off. Now that is an ideal deal. Just promise me and make sure that you do your research before you get one of these GTs. Most of them are fairly reliable, but if they're not well maintained, they can be plagued with expensive repairs. Let's just say this ain't no Toyota Camry. And parts and service are not cheap. So yes, it may be something that you want to avoid, but if you're willing to roll the dice, you can snag this beautiful piece of Italian excellence for just pennies on the dollar. And I gotta say, hitting the high note in this Italian monster is extremely rewarding. Hey, do you guys know what BMW stands for? It stands for Break My Wallet. And nowhere is that more true than with this F10 M5. Pop the hood and you'll see a mighty 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. And oh baby, that thing is pumping out 600 horsepower. This Bavarian luxury sedan will rocket you from a dig to freeway speeds in an absolutely lightning 3.1 seconds. But it's not all about speed with BMWs. This big body bimmer has a near perfect chassis and rear wheel power, baby. And if you're so inclined, you can flick yourself around every corner you encounter with precision and ease. And I do not condone buying one of these, but if you do, you need to slap on an aftermarket exhaust and it will sound like this. Literally one of the best sounding exhausts ever. It also oozes luxury in this four-door sedan that will haul some serious ass. Brand new, the M5 started at around 100,000, which is a heck of a lot of money. And believe it or not, you could buy a brand new R35 GTR for roughly the same amount, which is now one of the cheapest supercars that you can afford, and that is an incredible video. But if you stayed here and didn't click on that video, I found this beast of Bavarian muscle for less than 30,000 bucks. After just a few years, this thing has lost over 70% of its value. Talk about a bargain. Unfortunately, I had a friend that bought one of these and Well, I wonder what he's gonna think once he sees this video. You know, knowing that he bought one new and he's lost all of this money. What do you think, Jack? Let me know down in the comments. The Jag XJ. It's seriously cool. It's seriously a British luxury car. And it's seriously something that you don't want to mess with. They came in a few different body styles like the standard XJ, or if that wasn't big enough for you, the XJL, which had a longer wheelbase for extra legroom in the back. You seriously would need to be chauffeured around in that thing, which sounds like it would cost a lot of money, because you know that there's nothing that screams more "I'm ballin'" than sitting in the back of your own Jag. Whatever model you choose, the XJ is a great choice if you're just trying to look mean as you cruise down the street laughing at the other drivers. Or you just always want to feel like a movie villain. And with its refined British handling, this cat should be as easy as 1, 2, 3. Unlike another cat that we know of. But with this baddie, you're sure to master any curvy road that you come across. And if you were to make me buy one, well, I'd go for the all-wheel drive model because I'd like to get as much power as I can down to the road. And why is that? Because you're gonna need it. This Jag can be powered with one of two engines. A moderate 3-liter supercharged V6, which puts out a respectable 340 horsepower. Or the real deal Holyfield, baby. The 5-liter supercharged V8, which puts out a whopping 575 horses. That's enough to throw you back into your posh leather seats. This ain't leather. And if you slam the pedal to the metal, 0 to 60 comes in just 4.2 seconds. And since, you know, this car is the choice of British royalty, you could definitely expect a royally high price tag of about 80,000 bucks brand new. However, I found this minty 2011 V8 supercharged rear-wheel drive XJL for less than 15 grand. Just to put that into perspective, you could buy a Chevy Spark with that much money. But unlike the Chevy Spark, this British kitty will make you purr every single time you drive it. I don't know if you've looked outside recently, but the world is in freaking peril right now. Icebergs are melting. Natural disasters are getting stronger. Heck, I can't even go down the road to get toilet paper anymore. Who else has had that problem? It is insane in the real world right now, and if you want to do your part to help, then this little guy, the Chevy Volt, is gonna help freaking heal the world, man. Now, don't expect this thing to be the fastest on the list, because it's not. But what it is, it's at least the greenest. Chevy recently discontinued this car because of its declines in sales and heavy depreciation. But we're gonna get to all that in just a second. The Volt is a healthy high mile per gallon hybrid, initially designed to compete with the Prius for the top spot for tree huggers. And this thing is loaded with features that make it extremely appealing for someone that doesn't like to drive that much. Things like leather-lined interior and heated steering wheels and seats. The front-wheel drive Volt has a middling 150 horsepower, yet an interesting 294 foot-pounds of torque, which is all thanks to its partially electric drivetrain. The Volt definitely feels zippy around town, and if you were to pick one of these up new, you'd be spending around $37,000 to $38,000. However, I found this premium Volt for $11K. Now, although this isn't the car that depreciated the most on the list, it's the one that is the cheapest. And if you want to see the best cars for under $5,000, go check out this ideal video, baby. Okay, so the Chevy Volt is a mini, green, fuel-efficient star of the list. But that's got me thinking, what is the complete opposite of the Chevy Volt? You may or may not feel like Matthew McConaughey after driving one of these bad boys. This Lincoln Navigator is a big body, uber luxurious American SUV. The interior is draped in wood and leather. And on the exterior, you have wheels as big as extra large pizzas. Pizza. With this Lincoln, you'll be equipped to navigate any road you choose. And to be able to bring all your friends and the dog is an understatement, because this thing is huge. The 3-row beast can comfortably sit up to 7 people. And it's meant to compete with this rig, the equally luxurious Escalade. So let's just say it wouldn't be that out of place to wear a suit every single time you drive it. And oh baby, this thing has some kick too. Powering this nearly 3-ton Goliath is a 3.5-liter twin turbocharged V6. which produces a silky smooth 380 horsepower that will transport you to freeway speed in a matter of no time. Being Lincoln's largest and most expensive model, you'd think that this thing would be out of your price range. And new, you would be right, because they started at $78,000. But thanks to one thing, depreciation, you can look like a straight up baller for way less. With this white Navi for only $16K. This is straight up ballin' on a budget. So what's a car, truck, or SUV that we didn't mention on this list that you know of that gets hit heavy with depreciation? Let us know down in the comments. And be real with me, are you thinking about buying a Gran Turismo for 25 grand? I mean, it does have a Ferrari heart. That's pretty awesome. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button and also subscribe. My name's Brad Danger, and thank you for watching Ideal Media. We appreciate it, and take a look at our other content because we think it's ideal, if I do dare say so myself. And we really appreciate your support, and promise me one thing, keep living that ideal lifestyle.